got Egyptian spinach growing in one of the center shallow water cultures in 4 of the funds. There's one here, there's one here, and there's one on each one of the last 2 down there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these from about, let's see, I'll probably get down pretty low because these seem to grow pretty quickly. And then I'll take them inside the branches and I'll pull just the leaves off. And we're going to cook them up like I would cook up spinach or turnip greens and see what they taste like. So that's what it looks like now. Now that's pretty radical, but I think this stuff is pretty stout, to be honest with you. So I've taken all these stems off of this one plant and I've left just this the way it looks in here. Let's see what the roots. Oh, the root's pretty thick. Okay, well, it's not quite as bad as I thought. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take about half of those roots off, and let's see here. Yeah, I'm just going to take about the bottom 6 or 8 inches off these roots here. Now that won't kill the plant. It shouldn't kill the plant, and I'll bring you back later to show that. But what I'm doing there is I'm preventing the plant from becoming too aggressive, especially when I'm growing in a shallow water culture like this. So here is the reference to my hand, how much roots I took off and what the plant looks like now. I'm going to stick it back in there and we're going to continue to grow it. That's the take of the greens. It's way more than a Walmart bag. It's probably 3 Walmart bags. In these 2 funds I got progressively harsher on the prune. See here, I took out a lot of this one, and I'm thinking that even though I pruned off the roots, that this thing's going to pop back aggressively. It may go through a couple days of holy crap what happened, but then it'll hopefully it'll take back off. So that's part of why I did it, is I wanted to see how much can be pruned off and it come back with aggression. So I'm hoping a lot. For those of you who don't know, a lot of plants in hydro take to pruning roots. It shocks them, kind of like you would do pruning leaves and branches, but if you leave the majority of roots on there, or even half, a lot of times they'll pop right back. I've done this with all kinds of brassicas, mostly brassicas. I have done it with squash before. Squash are a little bit more temperamental, but I'm thinking this Egyptian spinach is so aggressive that it'll do fine. Okay, I created a stock. It's just chicken bouillon, water, and minced onion. And that's what I'm going to start off with. I'm going to add the spinach now. Alright, here is the leaf structure. Probably the top 8 inches of one of the branches. And I want to do a taste test for you on one of the leaves. So when I'm picking these off to cook, the bigger leaves like this one I just pinch off like that, and I have a whole leaf and I toss that in. But all along every node, kind of like a tomato, they put out these little suckers, and all I do with them is I just take the whole thing just like that and put that in there. So that's what I'm going to cook, is the leaves and the little suckers, the tender shoots and little bitty leaves bunched. So let's take a taste of one of these leaves here, raw. It's not bad at all. It was actually a lot better than what I anticipated. Let me take another one. As usual, strange things are kind of hard to describe, and this is strange to me. I'm sure it's not for other countries that grow and eat this stuff regularly. It's got the texture is really good raw, and to me, I swear it's got like the background taste of cucumber, like a very, very, very mild cucumber. It's really strange. They say it's related to okra. It's mucilaginous when you cook it. We'll see. But it's not, you know, it's got some coarse spots in it, unlike lettuce, but it actually is pretty good. All right, that is what we yielded in leaves only from all that. Turning the oven back on. We're going to bring up to a boil, and then we're going to simmer it for about 15-20 minutes. Okay, here are the greens. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to add a pat of butter, just like I do with turnips and spinach, but especially spinach. And we're going to let this cook for another 5 to 10 minutes and incorporate that nice buttery taste to it, and then it'll be done. All right, I've been eating this pretty good. And let me tell you what it tastes like. First, I'm going to take a bite to just refresh it. I like the taste of it, and my wife tasted some too, and I think I agree with her. It's probably not best prepared like this, but it's definitely an additive that could be put into many different ways that spinach is used. And she says it has, my wife says it has a spinach-like taste to it. And my opinion is, after eating as much as I did, initially I thought it tasted like okra. It does have that kind of mucilaginous quality about it. But to me, I guess now that I've eaten as much as I've eaten, I think it's probably like a cross between okra and spinach, maybe. Maybe it's the texture. But by itself, eaten raw, I think it's pretty good, for sure. And then this way, just greens all by itself, probably not so good. But definitely in soups and other dishes, probably the same way you would use a spinach, would probably be pretty good. What do you think, Mama? You think so?
Yeah.
She said, yeah. It's Brent. We'll see you later. Alright, here's we got the greens. I was going to do an English accent. Well, that wraps up this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, please comment, like, and subscribe. In order to subscribe, all you got to do is click the button here. We'll put a check mark next to it. If you want to get notification the next time I make a video, click on the bell here. Check here, and hit save. You guys take care.